Hello, welcome. And thank you for joining us today, Nurses Mentoring Nurses Discussion. Our goal today is to learn more about travel nursing, the opportunities it provides, the considerations nurses should make when exploring their career paths. Whether you're a nursing student, a new graduate nurse, or experienced nurse considering change, we hope you'll leave with valuable insights from our conversation today. I am Cassandra Cassidy, founder and CEO of Nurses Mentoring Nurses, a nonprofit corporation. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our guest. We have Miss Anne Pierre, who graduated from nursing school with her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing in December of 2020 and began her career as an operating room nurse in 2021. Since then, she has gained experience in a wide variety of surgical procedures and currently works as a travel nurse where also picking up PRN shifts. Outside of nursing, Anne enjoys reading, spending time by the pool, and staying active through outdoor activities like hiking. Thank you for being with us, Anne.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm enjoying this so far.
Well, good. Excellent. Okay, so before we jump into our questions, let's briefly talk about the different types of nursing positions that are available to us as nurses. We have a wide variety of career paths that we can take, including full-time, part-time, PRN, which is Latin for pro re nata, meaning as needed. We can do agency work, which is shifts, fill-in shifts at various locations, usually with a minimum or varying degrees of commitment. We can do contract works, which is working as an independent contractor where we are having taxes withheld and we maintain our own professional liabilities completely. Then travel nursing, where nurses are employees of a travel company and they work at the healthcare facilities that are in need of staff on a temporary basis that is agreed upon on time and shift. So we have different types of options. Travel nursing has become increasingly popular option for nurses seeking flexibility, professional growth, and opportunities to experience healthcare in different settings. And with that foundation, let's talk about where travel nurses fit into the healthcare landscape. So, Anne, can you tell us where we might see travel nurse working or the different types of travel nurses?
Yes, actually, travel nurses can work in a myriad of different places. You can see travel nurses working in a hospital, surgery centers, clinics, anywhere you can think of, you can find a travel nurse, insurance companies. Now, as far as the different travel nurses, there are med surg nurses, which is the typical nurse that people think when they think of nurses, operating room nurses, which is what I am, cardiac, ICU, L&D, which is labor and delivery, legal nurses, you know, so many different types, psych nursing, all the different types of nurses you can find, and wherever they work, you can find travel nurses there.
It sounds like there's a wide variety of opportunities across many different practice settings. And
Mhm,
that's one thing I love about nursing is our options that are available
mhm,
to us. Now,
mhm.
once someone becomes interested in pursuing this career path, the
Mhm.
next step is really understanding how to prepare for success. So, can you tell us what a nurse does to prepare themselves to become a travel nurse?
I would say dive into it. So when you get your first job, learn as much as you possibly can. And a lot of nurses come out of nursing school just wanting to keep up with their skills like IVs and Foleys and things like that. And while that's great, it's don't get me wrong, it's wonderful, but understanding the rationale behind why you're doing what you're doing is also very important. So if you see someone at work needing help, go ahead and help them get the practice. If you know, go under your manager's wings and learn from them, or your charge nurse. There is so much to learn before you become a travel nurse. And Honestly, I would dare say that where you work also plays a part because not every facility is created equal in a way. So you might work in a facility that's wonderful for you at the time, but it may not provide the experience needed to do travel nursing because when you get into a travel assignment, you're basically thrown into it. You're expected to know what you're doing. You're expected to be flexible and get right into it. So, if you're feeling like the facility that you're working at is not giving you the proper experience needed, pick up a PRN shift somewhere else and get the experience needed. So that's what I would say to prepare yourself. Of course, the continuing education that work provides and that you need to outside of work to keep up with your license is necessary. And if you feel that you're lacking in some way, shape, or form, you can even take courses to help you with that. Uh, and that definitely will help prepare you to be a traveler. And one thing that I might add, yes, you're expected to know what you're doing. Um, I lost my train of thought. Can you edit that part?
No, go ahead and we can move right ahead on to the next question. I
Okay.
think your response was excellent. So it was very thorough. You hit some really good points about maintaining professional development, continuing to growth, and reflecting and self-assessing where we need to improve upon ourselves through that reflection and that growth process that comes from that. So really good insights, and thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Um, so preparation is clearly an important part of the process, but choosing the right assignment can be just as important.
Hmm.
Um, and with so many contracts that are available, nurses often have several factors to weigh before making a decision. And what are some of the considerations a nurse should work through when deciding which travel contract to accept?
Hmm. I would say that you have to look at where you are in life right now and be honest. Are you able to travel outside of the state? Do you have the ability to pay for another location while you're paying for your current location at that time? Do you have children? Do you have dependents that need you, even if they're not little kids? Are they teenagers? You know, um, those are different things that need to be considered. Location is a very big thing. Safety, where are you going? So let's say you do decide to go to a different state or a state nearby. Will you feel safe going there? That's a huge thing to consider. Um, Now, pay. If you do decide to go to a different state or in the same state, will you be able to keep up? If you're traveling back and forth, will you be able to pay for your current living expenses in addition to your new location? That's very important. Also, not every I can only speak from my perspective as an operating room nurse. What is the shift like? And what specialties are they asking you to participate in? Being an operating room nurse requires a lot of different skill sets. And right now I'm doing a lot of neurosurgery. There's ortho, there's cardiac, there's vascular, there's general, there's GYN. Do you know what you're doing? So those are things to consider to talk to your recruiter about, see if these are things that the facilities are asking for. I have had to turn down certain contracts because they wanted scrub experience. I am not a scrub nurse. I cannot scrub, I circulate. And for those who don't know what that is, the circulator is basically the nurse that's outside of the sterile field, and the scrub nurse is the nurse. Well, they're different people, but the scrub nurse would be the individual on the in the sterile field with the surgeon passing instruments. I don't do that. I probably can do a small number of GYN cases, but I would rely on the surgeon to tell me what he or she wants. They'll just have to grab it, you know? So these are things to consider: your weaknesses, your strengths, your location, safety, pay, where you are. You have to be honest with yourself before taking a contract because you might get yourself in trouble. And if you are an operating room nurse and thinking about travel nursing, What about call? Are you willing to take call? Is this something that you want to discuss? What type of call shifts are you willing to take? What are the shifts? 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, day, night? I mean, day shifts, night shift, fluctuating shifts. Do you want to work 3 shifts in a row, 4 shifts in a row? Do you want it to be every other day? Do you only want to work during the weekends? Do you want to work during the week? All of these are things that can make or break your contract, and it's very imperative to know these things before. Another thing that I might add really quickly is when you want to take a break. Do you want to take a break? So most contracts are 13 weeks. Sometimes people just take the 13 weeks straight without taking a break, and sometimes some people want a week off or uh, a specific day because I don't know, they have a dentist appointment. So these are things to think about before picking up a contract and binding yourself to an agreement that you may or may not be able to do. So, and it's not very good to break a contract when you sign. So definitely consider all of these options before doing so.
Wow, that's some really excellent insights and overview of what nurses need to know when considering and to think through before travel. And
Mhm.
so I just want to thank you for sharing your time, your expertise, and helping us to better understand opportunities and decision making that is involved with travel nursing and travel and perioperative travel. So thank you so much.
Mhm. Of course. Thanks for having me.